Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm doing something new, and just like the title says, I'm going to be reacting to different book synopses. Now, these are synopses that for whatever reason should be funny, interesting, cringy, whatever the case may be, but we'll see how it goes. The first book is Apt Pupil by Stephen King. Todd Bowden is an apt pupil. Good grades, good family, a paper route. Okay. But he is about to meet a different kind of teacher, Mr. DeSander. Todd knows all about DeSander's dark past, the torture, the death, the decades-old manhunt DeSander has escaped to this day. Yet Todd doesn't want to turn him in. Todd wants to know more, much more. He's about to learn the real meaning of power and the seductive lure of evil. That wasn't what I expected. I don't even like Stephen King, and this one actually sounds pretty good. Would I read it? I don't know, but I'm definitely intrigued. If you have read this book, let me know. The next book is Master of the Mountain by Cherise Sinclair. When Rebecca's lover talks her into a mountain lodge vacation with his swing club, she soon learns she's not cut out for playing musical beds. Okay. But with her boyfriend entertaining in their cabin, she has nowhere to sleep. Logan, the lodge owner, finds her freezing on the porch. After hauling her inside, he warms her in his own bed. And there the experienced dominant discovers that Rebecca might not be a swinger, but she's definitely a submissive. Okay, this is not, again, not what I expected. Rebecca knows that no one can love her plump, scarred body, but to her surprise, Logan disagrees and is quite happy to show her just how much he enjoys her curves. Under his skilled hands, Rebecca loses not only her inhibitions, but also her heart. Damaged from the war, Logan considers himself too dangerous to be around the enticing little sub. He sends her away for her own safety, not realizing she thinks she's been rejected because of her size. When Logan's mountains echo with her voice long after she's gone, he knows she's left behind a part of herself and taken his heart. But when he arrives in the city to reclaim her, Rebecca's phone has been disconnected and her apartment is empty. First and foremost, the whole swing thing, like, if that's what you're into, then cool, like, do your thing. However, it doesn't seem like Rebecca's into the whole thing, which is a little confusing. Then she ends up sleeping with someone else, so maybe she is. But also, like, how are you okay with just leaving your girlfriend on the porch in the mountains when it's cold? I can't get past that part. I'm not a fan of the body shaming and like the self-doubt. Not into it. It sounds like both of these characters are gonna need to go to therapy. And Rebecca should probably leave her current boyfriend. But also, like, why'd she disappear? Like, why is her phone off and her apartment empty? Like, did she leave? Did she get kidnapped? I'm a little intrigued by that part. Would I read it? I don't know. I don't know if I could. I feel like a lot of it would piss me off, and y'all know how I feel about romance, so nah. The next book is At the Stroke of Midnight by Tara Civic. Once upon a time, Cynthia was the perfect housewife. Between being president of the PTA and keeping her home spotless without a hair or her pearls out of place, her life was a dream come true. Her husband was once her knight in shining armor, but now he's run off with all their money and the babysitter. Oh God. Dressed as a princess at the annual Halloween block party on Fairy Tale Lane, she meets two other princesses also facing money troubles, antique store owner Ariel and librarian Isabel. Okay, I see what's happening here. When the women are invited to wear their costumes to a party where they're mistaken for strippers, Cindy, Ariel, and Belle realize that a career change could be the best way to make their money problems go bippity-boppity-boo. All right. But can structured Cindy approach a stripper pole without sanitizing wipes? And could the blue-eyed anti-prince that has been crossing her path become Cindy's happily ever after? At the Stroke of Midnight is a hilarious, empowering story where princesses can save themselves while slaying in stilettos. Okay. Again, not what I expected. I see the Disney princess theme happening here, and so I guess it's a trilogy and they each get their own story. I mean, I'm not against the housewife turned stripper thing. Do what you gotta do. And kids are expensive. The running off with the babysitter thing though, that troubles me just a tad. I'm not into like the age gap thing. So like, how old is this babysitter? You know? All right, that one actually sounds kind of interesting. Would I read it? I don't know. I don't know if I'd read any of these, to be honest. The next one is Beautiful and Dirty by Katrina Jackson. I've never read anything by this author because I'm pretty sure it's romance, but I know that Mina Reads really likes her. Shay. Here's my advice for how to survive a vacation in Italy with the college boyfriend you just now realized is terrible. Ugh. 1. Ditch him in Rome. 2. Take the train to Naples for pizza. 3. Let the attractive older man you just met buy you a drink. 4. Flirt a little or a lot while ignoring his wedding ring. 5. Let him bend you over a table. 6. Break up with your boyfriend. Okay. Sal. There are a lot of ways to respond to the news that your wife is trying to kill you. I have sex with a young American who stumbles into my restaurant and then I get revenge. Content warnings, assassination attempt, maiming, torture, and discussion of murder. Okay. As far as Shay, the breakup with your boyfriend should have been like number 1 and then ditch him in Rome. I personally don't condone accepting drinks from strangers because people are crazy. But if that's what you want to do, ignoring the wedding ring, at this point, you don't really know the full story, so... And as far as Sal, well, your wife is trying to kill you, so I guess the young American thing isn't so bad. But, maiming, where does that come in? Who's being tortured? High-key intrigued in this one. I'm gonna add this to my want to read list. The last book for today is called Perfect Little World by Kevin Wilson. When Isabel Poole meets Dr. Preston Grind, she's just about out of options. She recently graduated from high school and is pregnant with her art teacher's baby. Oh my God. Her mother is dead and her father is a drunk. The art teacher is too much of a head case to help raise the child. Izzy knows she can be a good mother, but without any money or prospects, she's left searching. So when Dr. Grind offers her a space in the Infinite Family Project, she accepts. Housed in a spacious compound in Tennessee, she joins 9 other couples, all with children the same age as her newborn son, to raise their children as one extended family. Grind's theory is that the more parental love a child receives, the better off they are. This attempt at a utopian ideal funded by an eccentric billionaire starts off promising. Izzy enjoys the kids, reading to them and teaching them to cook. She even forms a bond with her son more meaningful than she ever expected. But soon the gentle equilibrium among the family is upset and it all starts to disintegrate. Unspoken resentments between the couples begin to fester. The project's funding becomes tenuous, and Izzy's feelings for Dr. Grind, who is looking to expunge his own painful childhood, make her question her participation in this strange experiment in the first place. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of the hot for teacher trope. It's always cringy. It's always cringy and problematic, and there are a million red flags, and it's inappropriate and an abuse of power. I'm currently watching A Teacher on Hulu, and it's honestly like a Lifetime movie. It's messy, it's trashy, it's cringy, but it's entertaining. But like also like hella problematic. So like I'm enjoying it, but at the same time I'm like, why'd y'all do that? You know? So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the hot for teacher trope. So the fact that she got pregnant by her art teacher is concerning. At least it seems like she wants the baby, which is good, even though she's kind of alone and not really in a place to raise a child at the moment. However, social experiments like this are always like kind of tricky. And it does sound like the theory, like, you know, the more love, the better off you are. I totally understand that. Clearly that doctor had some sort of traumatic childhood, which I'm sure will come out at some point. And also it sounds like Izzy's starting to fall for him, which also feels a little weird. It also sounds like there's going to be some tension between the other couples, which could be interesting, could be very fucking messy. I'm a little interested though, not gonna lie. This one kind of sounds good. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna add this one to my want to read list as well. Y'all. The funny thing about this is that I really don't know where I find these. I feel like I watch other booktubers, and if I hear something, I'm like, oh, let me write that down, and I'll just take a screenshot of the book cover and then go back to it. And then I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this? But let me know if you liked this video. More importantly, if you have a book where the synopsis sounds really interesting, whether it's funny, cringy, messy, whatever, and you want me to read it and react to it, just send me like the title and the author or a screenshot of the cover, and I can do another one of these if you like them. I personally thought this was fun because I never know what the hell I'm getting myself into, and I actually did find 2 books that I'm kind of interested in. So if you've read any of these books, let me know. If any of these sound interesting to you, let me know. And if you have suggestions for other synopses that I should read, also let me know. All of my socials are linked in the description below, so if you ever want to reach out to me, or if you do have a book that you want to send to me, you can do it on any of my social platforms. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.